Good morning. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the end of this trip. I still got one more day to go. I actually have a lot to do today, and it's a little less in the demos, kind of hands-on sort of thing. I have a few things lined up. But really, I have articles to write. And what I realized is coming here, you know, I booked myself so solid, I haven't booked in any time to actually do the writing that I need to do. So you're not going to get as much from me today, but I do have a few things that I'm on my way to. Just got to make my way through the Venetian. I got dropped off at the wrong part of the Venetian, so now I'm walking with the throngs of people to make my way over to the convention center where everything's happening. And once again, I'm very underfed. This morning did not go the way I planned, but anyways, I'll figure that out. I will get there. I promise I won't wither away. But yeah, that's where I'm headed right now. All right, so this is the last bit of kind of demo action that I'm doing at CES. I'm going to be meeting with the folks at Meloscene, and Meloscene is essentially, it caught my attention because as a musician, I've realized that, you know, over the years as technology has improved in the world of music production technology, things become more isolated. You're able to do more in your like a little private studio, but as a result, it ends up being just you sitting there isolated doing music by yourself. I think this is largely, you know, something that a lot of musicians encounter nowadays because the technology, as amazing as it is, it kind of encourages that. And so the folks at Meloscene are creating kind of a social, collaborative, virtual reality environment for real-time music collaboration, where you're using the DAW, the digital audio workstation, that you're used to using. So if you're a Pro Tools user, an Ableton Live user, Audacity, whatever it is that you use, it kind of doesn't matter, which is kind of the cool thing. It's the latency, the way that they've approached it is such that it's low enough and syncs across kind of behind the scenes, so you can be in one place, geographically speaking, connecting into Meloscene, along with a drummer in a completely different place, and you can collaborate as if you were kind of together, the way music has been for so many years. And then, you know, now we're in this moment where technology kind of discourages that a little bit. And so, yeah, I'm really curious to kind of check this out. I don't know what kind of video I'm going to be able to pull from it because it's in VR, but crossing fingers, I'll get something to show you. So just to kind of explain, I am in a studio room right now. I've got a seat, which I know well enough not to actually sit in.
Yes, but you can usually.
I mean, if you had an actual seat.
You can line it up,
sure.
Yes, you can totally line it up.
But, you know, if I went and did that right now, this video would be hilarious. So I'm in a studio. It's a very nice studio. I wish this was my studio,
right?
To be honest, instead of a corner of a dark dungeon. And there's a chair here, but I'm not going to sit in that. I've got a synthesizer here. Now, if this was connected to the internet, I could play the synthesizer.
You could play a sound file on it, but as we progress, they will be playable.
Okay. When I'm looking down, I'm seeing part of my body that's kind of obscuring it a little bit. Oh, that just might be the suit that I'm wearing. Now, why is it that that's part of the cloud and not on device?
To save memory and to keep things kind of streamlined.
Okay, and if this environment is, because one of the benefits of this environment is collaboration using the software and the tools that you're already using, the DAW or the workstation that you're used to using, be it Pro Tools, Ableton. I'm explaining this for all the people in the video.
Sure.
If that's the case, how is the synth separate from that? It just acts as like a virtual instrument.
So
that I can plug into
it's
that?
more about the subconscious appeal of seeing gear in your studio.
Got it. Okay.
And then it also helps newbie fans to come in if they are interested. They can kind of start to get their feet wet with messing around with music stuff.
Ah, I see.
But a lot of it is the ambiance of your studio, which is why we have some partnerships that we're working on to where when you have actual gear you will receive the digital version to go in your studio.
Oh, I see. That's an interesting
so it's about pulling in the creative space and having both worlds.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of emulations of classic hardware and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that gets my mind going to like create a studio where I have those emulations. Now I've got the hardware and a virtual rack mount.
And that is where plugins. So that's another thing is when you have a plugin with like a tape saturation.
Yeah.
When you pull it up in your DAW, we're gonna talk to these groups and be like, we want to put one in the room. So then you have, virtual representations of your favorite plug-in gear that used to be what was in the studio.
Right.
But now you can be in a studio apartment in New York and have all this gear you've bought, but at least it's represented in here.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. That's super cool. And we got the drum set back there. I mean, some of this stuff is just kind of like set the scene and make you feel.
Yeah, like whenever they're with the drummer, he likes to set himself up at the kit. So in the real world, when he's playing, he feels at least like he's behind a kit. And then we have a pass-through mode on the beta to where you can be in there entirely, or you get like a small bubble around you in the real world to see what you're actually doing.
Okay.
So it's kind of a preference option.
Well, if the drummer was here and plugged in and sitting out his set, would I actually see him over on the drum set?
Yeah, you would.
And when he's playing,
exactly.
I mean, those drums probably wouldn't respond in the same way as his drum set, but
correct.
He'd be there. Yeah, that's so cool. How many people have you had in like a single room collaborating at a given time?
I think like 5.
Okay.
Like 5 people, and it was phenomenal. It actually worked a whole lot better than we thought it would.
And they were all in different parts of the country or the world?
Part of the world, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, first one we ever did was LA to Amsterdam. That was our very, very first trial. Okay. And that was when we figured out, we're like, this is actually possible.
Yeah, that's great. I'm wearing. And
then normally you can grab the swords and throw the guitars. Everyone loves to just trash the room.
Oh, okay.
But the online element has to unlock. And honestly, as we go further, I do want to offload as much as I can, so you can. Yeah. You don't have to be on the internet. That is actually a major piece that we are going to implement.
Maybe do just like a super quick setup of kind of some of the basics of what you were talking to me about, as far as how, in music production, that latency, that kind of real-time collaboration, it's a technical challenge, but you guys have figured that out.
We have figured it out, yeah. So we focus on what is the priority as far as the collaborative element, which typically requires less of a high-resolution sound. Okay. But if you find something you like and you land on, then you do have access to receive that lossless audio. So when you're referencing each other, you don't need to worry about the latency issues and all of that, because we're not trying to shove a massive wave file back and forth.
Excellent.
And that's pre the AI system that'll go in. And that system is a whole other
talk about that a little bit. Like, what is that going to? That's not implemented at this point, because this is all pre-release, right?
This is all. We're heading into the beta release, and that system itself is incredibly complicated, which is why we are talking to other groups on higher telecommunications options. Got it. But what that would do is allow you to perform as a band wherever you are in the world, or at the very least, we would be getting incredibly close to a vocalist and a singer-songwriter guitarist somewhere. But the AI element is kind of the secret breakthrough for band-related type of music.
For multiple people.
Correct. Yeah.
At any given
time, yeah.
And is that because it improves on the latency?
In a way,
there's only so much you can talk.
It basically changes how audio is sent and received entirely.
Got it.
So that it opens up all lines of data transfer. Okay. Into so basically our proof of concept right now is achieving 95% bandwidth reduction.
Wow.
And then when we add the AI element, we should hit 99% bandwidth reduction when using audio.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other monster. But we were like, for now, we need to get this together so people can start working on things and making stuff. And scoring movies and videos, or just playing Minecraft together, whatever, just connecting people.
Well, do you envision a time, or maybe this is part of the plan, of having some sort of like a lobby where people who don't know other musicians can just meet up and be like, hey, you want to go jam in a room together?
Exactly, So we have we have to roll out in phases as obviously funding and raising and stuff like that, but that is a massive lobby that has stuff to do, and a lot of this stuff is pulled from my experiences in cool hotels, cool studios around the world. So like everything that's going on in there at one time or another is from a cool real place in some capacity. So the big meeting area has like I think 4 or 5 offshoots of where people can hang out, DJ, do things, a performance stage, but basically it's this whole communal room.
Stage, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That's a great idea.
Like it's super cool and the concept art is all done and everything, but we just gonna get to that section hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah. Well, this is really cool. I wish that I could see more, but I understand we're kind of in a tricky environment.
If you use your hand, you can go upstairs if you go around that corner.
That's true. Let me walk. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And I guess, let's see here. So
there's like around the brick wall, there's a staircase.
It's pointing me out the window. I don't want to go out. Okay.
If you want to have
I see. So I got.
If you want to get vertigo, just go out there.
Oh my goodness! And I can go. Oh no, I am upstairs now. Oh, it's a bedroom. It's time to go to bed. And I've got, okay, is this like an Electron or something?
Yeah, it's like, I think a little Kai keyboard or something.
A Kai keyboard,
there.
Yeah. That's so cool. I love it. Oh, I keep forgetting the thing.
Yeah, so normally you can sit on the bed, you can sit in the chairs, you can, you pop into place.
And then what is it? You had mentioned the control mechanism is like the Spider-Man and then pinch to jump. Right. What was the rotational thing again?
So if you hold up your hand, I think you just turn it the other way a little bit. You'll get arrows.
Yes. And
then you pinch them.
And that
you just pinch it like a quick pinch, and that'll turn you.
Oh, I see. I get it. Okay, man. If this is my bedroom, I am awash with guitars, so much so that I just leave them on the floor and
exactly.
never step on them. And I've got Netflix on the wall. Is this an actual Netflix account? If we were
so you'll be able to pull it onto there. Yeah, you will. You can. So if you want to be upstairs watching a movie while everybody's working upstairs,
I'm gonna go into Meloscene and go watch a movie. Upstairs.
So in studios, I can't even tell you how many times we'll be working on some project where a batch of us go into another room and play video games.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that's like a part of that, you know what I mean? Like just letting the mind relax is like the key piece.
Yeah, and not forcing it. If you're not feeling creative at a certain moment, allow yourself to kind of, can I pick up this book? No, but
normally you
flip
can't.
It off.
I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe CES has internet today.
No, I can't pick it up, but I can knock the cookies off the table, so that's good. This is very neat. I love it. I'm gonna go. Is there anything else that I should take a look at?
I mean, unless you went outside and heard the rain, that's my favorite. Because I worked stupid hard on the rain.
I can't. Like looking outside. And
yeah, well, like if you go out on the balcony, you can see and hear the rain. And sometimes I'll just go out there and.
Is that downstairs?
Yeah, you just go out one of those like side doors.
Oh, there we go. Oh yes, I do hear the rain.
Yep.
Would you look at that? It's a rainy day. It's a good day to be inside.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's fun. The rain. That was a long process. How loud do we want the rain? How thick is the rain?
Right. Yeah, totally. What is enough? Can we get?
And like that rain. What's funny is that rain was inspired by sessions in Amsterdam a long time ago, where it was a rainy day.
Is that where this is inspired?
No. So that what you're looking at is a futuristic mellow city. So everything connects as we keep building it out. You'll see there's a city, futuristic downtown. Okay. Our other studio is there. So when we release the other one, it's a cyberpunk studio with flying cars. You will be there. So everything is like weirdly, it's like Disney World.
Yeah, right on. Thank you for showing this.
Absolutely. Thanks for checking it out. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think that I've said it to you, and I can't remember if I said it on the video recording, but. The music space, actually we were talking about this prior to even coming up here. The music space, as the technology has progressed, has become more and more isolated.
Right.
And as a musician who knows what it's like to collaborate and knows what it's like to isolate myself with the current technology, it was fine for me for a while.
Right.
And then it hit a point to where it's like, you know what, I really want to collaborate again. Yeah. And the current technology kind of infrastructure makes that more difficult.
It's extreme. Like right now, I'm pulling people in because we have our beta list open. So it's meloscene.com/beta. Okay. But like I'm right now pulling in a producer, unknown, from Croatia. Mm-hmm. And I got guys down in Brazil and like all these people, because I get like, I've gotten fan people who are like, how do I get into the music industry? I live in a village. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you got to move to like Sao Paulo or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I'm now talking to them being like, okay, I'm gonna get you on the list. and we're all going to start meeting up, and it's surreal. It's surreal when people start showing up, and you're like, I have never met you before, but I'm meeting you in this weird virtual space.
Yes.
Let's start seeing what we can make. Like it's never been done ever, and that's what makes me excited. Is like I've never had a punk project with a Japanese bass player and a South African singer. Yep. Like we don't have a clue what can come of these pairings,
these
like
collaborations.
Yeah, because everybody's got different flavors.
For sure.
And this is the first time, because of streaming, it fragmented everyone. Like fan bases are everywhere, but now we can see like what is this going to create, and that's like what really excites me, is to be like, for the first time, I'm going to get to hear what a Mongolian, banjo player can do.
Well, you created this obviously around music production, but as we're talking downstairs, people are finding other uses for it. It doesn't have to be a digital audio workstation.
No.
It could be Adobe Premiere. It could be used as a collaborative tool, or it could be used as a broadcast tool. Here I am working with my favorite software, and you want to watch me in this space
and we've had a lot of podcasters that are wanting to do it as well, because they want to have a live audience for their podcast.
Yes, right. That's cool. I love it.
But really, it's setting up, we're kind of leaving the age of, I do this, and this artist does this. We're heading to the age of where the Gorillaz are the perfect example. For Damon Albarn to make the Gorillaz, he had to pair up with a visual artist and have these concepts created. But that was all like locally. This is now entering an area where somebody might be an amazing CGI artist, and they're like, I want to create projects and music to this, but I don't know how to make music. Whereas now you can pull in the musician.
Oh, I could do that.
And then basically you have these new hybrid, like creative projects. And that's what it's for, is to sort of like open up the next phase of beyond what is possible. Or if you just want to play, the ukulele, and that's fine too. Like it's no more limits. That's like the thing. Creativity should not have limits. Right. This removes limitations.
Cool.
That's
Love it. Well, thank you for carving out some time for me. And
oh man, glad we got to meet up.
Braving the traffic and everything, and parking and all that to make it.
We survived.
Okay, do I look tired? It's because I am. I'm actually waiting for my lift, and then I'm going to head to the airport. I just finished writing an article. I'm really slow at writing, but it's a new skill for me. Writing like an article versus writing for podcast, it's new. So I second guess everything, and it takes me a while, but I'll get there. I just got to keep flexing that muscle. Anyways, I'm really happy I came to CES. It's been a lot of fun. I am thoroughly exhausted. If I had, 2 more days on this trip, I don't know what I'd do. And maybe next year I'll have to do the full length, because I did miss out on a lot not getting here earlier. So probably next year I'm going to come a little bit earlier. So I guess I'll find out then. But holy moly, I am exhausted. Like I feel it in my face and my eyes. I just kind of want to go to sleep, but I can't, because I got to write more of these articles. I got to get them in. So, it's the crunch. Everybody talks about the crunch, the CES crunch when you come to this event. It's kind of unavoidable, Anyways, it's interesting coming back to CES after not having been here for so long. Just remembering, just the sprawl of Vegas, how long it takes to get everywhere, the scale of everything. It's a good reminder about kind of the current state of Vegas. So I'm happy I came. I'm happy that I had you along with me. So thank you for watching, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed this, my vlog approach. I'm sure I'll write or do a video about kind of what I've learned in this process, because it's definitely been a new thing for me. And it's been fun. But, my ride is here. I gotta go. Bye, everybody.